It's that time of year again where we gather together with our loved ones for Thanksgiving to catch up and chow down. Once you're filled with turkey, stuffing, and gratitude, it's time to tune into a Thanksgiving classic like a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, as inevitably someone falls asleep on the couch. Now, a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving has been a staple for many people for decades, but recently there's been controversy surrounding the classic. Let's dig into the brief but important scene that even prompted a response from Charles Schulz's wife. I'm Anna Rumer, and this is Pop Culture Social Call. Now, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving came out in 1973. It follows the Peanuts characters as they make their own Thanksgiving tradition together. You know, Lucy pulls the football, Woodstock maybe eats turkey at the end, which is kind of troubling. All is good except for the actual dinner scene. Now, if you notice, when Charlie Brown and all his friends sit down for Thanksgiving, Franklin, the only main black character in Peanuts, is seated all alone on one side of a table in an image that has increasingly bothered viewers. Now, the controversy has gotten so big that even Jean Schulz, Charles Schulz's widow, has come forward to address it. She told Yahoo last year that Charles wouldn't have had anything to do with the animation of the scene, but it's an important moment to address. Quote, "I've probably watched the special a dozen times and I hadn't noticed it, but I wouldn't notice it. It's to be noticed now." She also wrote a blog post for the Charles M. Schulz Museum and Research Center addressing the scene as well. While it can't be known now which animator drew that particular scene, you can be sure there was no ulterior motive. I fall back on Peppermint Patty's apology to Charlie Brown, explaining she meant no harm when she criticized his poor Thanksgiving offering, which goes something like, "There are enough problems in the world already without these misunderstandings." To suggest the show had any other messages than the importance of family, sharing, and gratitude is to look for an issue where there is none. Now, perhaps more importantly, a panel of black cartoonists also addressed the Franklin issue in a panel discussion organized by the Schulz Museum. Now, Rob Armstrong, who created Jumpstart, he was a close friend of Schulz, he even lent his last name to Franklin, he weighed in on the moment. Quote, "I can't believe how accurate that drawing is. I feel like I'm that dude on that side of a table to this day. I know people are like, that's racist. First of all, Charles Schulz named that dude after me. He is not a racist. He is a wonderful human being who decided to put Jesus on a CBS Christmas special. He wanted Franklin to be that, but he knew he didn't have it in him. Franklin is still an underdeveloped character, but the guy knew his limits." Franklin is actually a super important character in comic history and history in general. In the wake of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination in the spring of 1968, school teacher Harriet Glickman wrote a letter to Schulz urging him to introduce a black character, and in July of that year, Franklin first encountered Charlie Brown at the beach. So that's the history of the controversy. Obviously, what you think of it remains up to you, but I invite you to share your thoughts over in the comment section. Hit subscribe on our channel, then head over to popculture.com for more entertainment news, and have a very happy Thanksgiving. I'm Anna Rumer, and this is Pop Culture Social Call.